Now, welcome to another News from Naboo with
more
Thor's
news.
Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
All right, for story today, we're going to talk about Lego Star Wars a little bit more.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars had the UK's biggest Lego launch ever.
Lego game or just Lego?
Game launch.
Okay, I don't know that Lego launches are big anyway, but okay.
The Lego Skywalker Saga outsold every previous Lego series game in the UK at launch, even ahead of 2008's Lego Indiana Jones by 8.4%. It is the second fastest game in the region so far out of all the games.
What's the fastest?
It's only trailing behind Pokemon Legends Arceus.
No, that wouldn't have been my guess since I don't even know what that is.
It's the one that you played in the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, of course.
It looked actually pretty cool.
I played some of the Pokemon. I know a little bit about that.
This one's
We
a little different.
Tried out Pokemon Go for a little bit
and...
to get out there and yeah.
Yeah.
And then winter came and don't want to go catch Pokemon when it's 0 degrees outside.
It's community day. Let's go and slowly drive around in a car.
January community day. Go walk through the blizzard to catch a shiny. Yay.
Yay.
You might not feel your toes and your feet afterward. Your toes and your feet?
Yeah.
Either one.
Right, can I go back to my news article?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
In fact, Lego The Skywalker Saga's physical sales are higher than even Elden Ring's physical sales.
Ooh.
In the UK, over its first week, it surpassed Elden Ring.
Is that
for
all the
physical
data we
sales.
have?
In terms of how it's sold by platform, PS5 got 31% of the boxed games. Nintendo Switch got 26%, Xbox got 23%, and PS4 got 20%.
Well, Xbox was a joint thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we have it on Xbox.
You bought one, you get both.
So wow, that actually...
It tells you how many people play PS over there.
I guess so.
PlayStation is king. King! I mean, PS5. How do they all have PS5s?
Yeah, well...
Where did they all go?
20, what do you mean 20% of people bought it? Or 30, whatever it was.
31% on
How?
the PS5.
That must be every PS5 owner in the planet
These
bought
are just
it from the
these
UK.
are hopeful individuals. I'll have a PS5 someday.
Yes.
Then I'm playing Legos. Unless they bought it on both. Who knows? Who knows? They have all the PS5s. And Lego did huge in the UK.
Maybe the UK got all of them. We just didn't get them over here in the States.
Who knows? I'm hoping that we get a breakdown like this for the US's sales.
Yeah.
Or maybe a worldwide sales type thing. Because this list I find very fascinating to see how popular this game was even just among the Lego franchise. And then how popular it is compared to other games.
I mean, it feels ridiculously popular because, I mean, every morning we both kind of scan the internet for any kind of news and stuff, and it's hard to find news mixed in among all the Lego articles and sheets and reviews, and it's holy cow, this game
Lego mission? How
this game is just everywhere. And granted, there's not a ton of Star Wars news right now, hence we open with Lego, but sure.
All right, should we move on then to the second story?
Sure.
So, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, because I'm sticking with games today, is getting an amazing collector's edition on Nintendo Switch. Next week, the game's going to be released on the Nintendo eShop, but fans who would rather get a physical copy, there are going to be 3 options available from limited run games. Fans can select from Standard, Premium, and Master Edition of the game. The latter 2, of course, come with a slew of extras. Standard Edition is going to be $34.99. Premium is going to be $89.99, and Master is going to be $174.99.
Does it actually come with a Star Killer for me to command around?
Oh my goodness.
Hope he doesn't turn on me.
The pre-order window for your physical copy opens April 15th through May 29th. The Premium Edition comes with a steelbook, poster, art cards, coin, enamel pin, and certificate of authenticity in a special collector's box.
Funny you should mention Steelbook. I think that's something we could talk about at the end of the video, actually. An extra ramble. We'll call it Thor's extra ramble for the day.
The Masters Edition is going to come with all of that, plus a replica Starkiller lightsaber hilt, a light-up holocron replica, lithographs, and a hardcover strategy guide.
Is this version on the Switch different? Is it like kind of done by Aspire, like they've done some of the other versions where a little...
Well, the physical copy will be the same as... I'm getting... So you always cut me off.
Well, I'm curious. Well, I kind of... Yeah.
It's like literally the next sentence I have to read. The new Switch version of...
We should have this known.
I write the art... Rewrite...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
The new...
Someone's got to fluster you and keep cutting you off. Oh, I'm getting the look right now.
The new Switch version of the game will be based off the version that came out in 2008 for the Nintendo Wii, because there were some discrepancies between the PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo versions. Yeah. But what's cool about the one that was on the Nintendo Wii, that they're basing this one off of, it included a multiplayer mode and motion control support.
No, I don't. The motion control thing, it's awkward.
Support. You could swing your actual saber, though.
I know, but yeah. That doesn't work so well.
But there's a multiplayer mode, and that's cool. And if you wanted to do the motions, you can. If you have never purchased a game through limited run games for a physical copy, you should know that the company is a smaller publisher. So the result is that they do sometimes have a little time that it takes to get their shipments moving, because they are a small publisher, especially when there's all those add-ons they got to make sure they make and package. So keep that in mind if you plan to order a physical edition.
Well, we might have to pick that up. I have it on Steam. I have the first 2 games on Steam, actually. First Force Unleashed ones. Well, but I haven't played them in a while.
Games used to be canon. I wish they still were.
Well, I mean, that's the whole expanded universe debate. Was it ever official canon to Lucas? Not exactly, but it was still canon to itself, and it, in a way, still is. I mean, this is a whole big debate I don't want to get into, but I mean, I think of the EU or Legends as it's still canon unto itself.
Well, there's a lot about the Force Unleashed game that reminds me of Jedi Fallen Order.
Well, sure. But I mean, to just finish my thought, I mean, it was Lucas, whether we like to believe it or hear it or not, he never thought of the EU as part of his canon, but that doesn't mean the EU isn't canon to, again, itself, so.
Exactly.
And it still is. It's, people always say, Disney, they decanonized it. No, they didn't actually do that. They just said we're not going to do anything with it anymore and we're going to ignore it, which probably not the best decision.
Well, Lucas ignored it when he chose to as well.
Well, sure. So it's a complicated topic for another time.
All right, you cringed when I mentioned Steelbook. You want to tell them why?
Oh, yes. Well, today, the Spider-Man No Way Home release. Oh, No Way Home release? Well, it comes out on home, Blu-ray, 4K, all the fun stuff today. Mm-hmm. And as some might know, Best Buy has for a while been doing Steelbooks for all the MCU movies. We have, since they started, I think, we have almost all of them. I think we're missing one other one.
Missing a couple from the beginning.
Yeah.
The ones that will cost a ton of money to try and get hold of now.
Well, that's kind of the issue, isn't it? Because we were there, because you couldn't get it on pre-order.
Well, for some reason, and I tried to... Over and over, I kept looking at the pre-order going, what's going on? Because it kept saying, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So somehow I missed the...
You weren't online for that 10 seconds it was available.
Well, according to comments and things I've read, it was supposedly available for about a week, and I must have just not checked that week.
I guess.
Yay. So we decided we would go to our local-ish Best Buy.
One of our... we have like 5 in the area, but yeah.
Yeah, so we got up, trucked on out there this morning. There was a little bit of a line. We were like 4th in line to get into the store. We walk into the store where everyone is walking to the same spot. Someone talks to a salesman. He's like, hey, which way are the Steelbooks? And he's trying to direct this person for, hey, here's where the Spider-Man Steelbooks are. And a girl who's setting up an empty Spider-Man display goes, we don't have any. I'm like, are you kidding me? You could only buy it a week in the store for pre-sale. I got no notification. I have no idea when it went on sale even, honestly, even though I checked multiple times. It kept saying coming soon. And then they don't have any physical copies for the store.
Yes, because they sell them all online and they sell multiples to people.
Right, because there's no limit.
So that, if you go on eBay right now, you can buy one for 3 times what?
2 to 3 times the cost, yeah, which is ridiculous.
This just ties into the craziness in the world where everything is, everything is bought to be resold by someone in the middle. We were talking about PlayStation 5 earlier.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why they're hard to get is you have people buying them and reselling them. We talk a lot about collecting, action figure collecting. Same problem. People buy them just to resell them. And it's not just a matter of, I understand supply and demand. I get how that works. But it's an artificial inflation of, I understand how supply and demand works, of course. But there's an artificial element here where you're having somebody in the middle intentionally buying bulk just to resell it at a price.
Right.
And it's everything. If you think you can buy something to flip a profit for, people are going to do it. It's pretty crazy. It reminds me a lot of for those of you old enough to remember, the early 90s or mid 90s, the collecting craze.
Oh, they're
comic books got overprinted. Everything was overprinted. Beanie Babies, and it was kind of the start of the eBay time. Well, that was the late 90s actually, but it started the eBay thing where people were buying things to sell. It's been it's just been crazy ever since then. Like, it's amazing how the internet can change the world in weird ways that you would never have anticipated, going into the internet era. But just this, that you can go to a store and buy something and sell it to someone across the country for 3 times. It's so strange. It's such a strange world we live in sometimes.
Well, we were so frustrated. We left and we bought a copy at Target because they had their special edition, which was still better than getting it from Best Buy, which we were angry with.
It's a very frustrating world to live in as a collector, because it's not like it's not like it's going to ever be truly valuable. It's not like we're buying it because 30 years from now we're going to sell a copy of No Way Home Steelbook to retire on. It's because we just want it because we've been collecting them since it started. And I
like how they look.
Same with the action figures. Like, I'm never going to sell any of my action figures. That's not why I buy them. I buy them because I like to display them. And it's frustrating that there's some people that just have to see monetary value in absolutely everything and try to nickel and dime people for everything it's worth.
One of the only silver linings is I had plenty of enjoyment reading the review section for the product on Best Buy. So many people who are giving it the 5-star rating and then bashing at people who are giving it don't give it a 1-star rating. It's a great movie. Don't give it a 1-star rating because you didn't pre-order it in time. And people giving it 1 stars fighting back going, of course I'm going to give it a 1-star rating. I'm rating Best Buy's ability to provide a product, and they did not do that.
No, they didn't do that. I mean, it's sad when you go into the store the moment it gets released and like, yeah, we don't have any. Well, what do you mean you don't have any?
Well, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I was laughing. I was reading the comment section. I was laughing so hard because the 5 stars like, this movie's great. Don't you dare give it a 1 star. Don't you dare. The movie's so great. I'm like, we're not rating a movie. We're not on Rotten Tomatoes here.
Yeah.
We're not rating how great the movie is. We are judging a product and its availability from the provider of said product. So if I say Best Buy sucks, and give it a 1 star because I wasn't able to pre-order a product, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's not saying the movie's bad. The movie's obviously great if I wanted to pre-order the product this badly and wasn't able to get my hands on it.
Then they allow people to pre-order like 10 copies, and it's there's only one reason somebody's going to pre-order 10 copies. And it's, again, to artificially...
Give them to 10 of 9 other favorite friends?
Yeah. Maybe. There's probably that one person out there right now. But Thor, I bought 10 copies because I wanted to give it to everybody I know.
Well, and if we were going to buy a second copy, I would have just been picking one up for my dad or something. I wouldn't have been like, oh, we're selling this.
Well, then the irony is, and then you read some of the reviews, and we are dragging this one on, but you read some of... No, I'm not asking. I mean, the only one you have to apologize for is to them. You kind of looked at me and said sorry, but if they want to listen, they can listen. If they don't, obviously they've clicked away by now, which is fine. But I mean, when you want something like this, and it goes for action figures. Like, I hate ordering like vintage collection action figures, Star Wars action figures, because I want the carded figure. And so many times they come to me shoved into a padded envelope that was too small, and the post office doesn't care about delivering it. And I get a damaged card. So the same goes for these. They get put in a padded envelope, and people are complaining like, I collect these, and now I have a huge dent in the front of my Spider-Man. So it's such a strange... All around the whole collecting thing is so strange, because it's like these companies know that people want these products. They know they're going to be in demand, yet when they ship them to you, they don't actually care at all. Mm-hmm. It's
I've gotten dented steelbooks, and that was rage. Well, especially when people complain in the comments section of this alone. People are complaining they got a dented one, and if they try to go to the store and return it, the store will give them their money back, but they're not going to get a replacement product.
Yeah, because they don't have another one. It's gone. And how do you? I mean, that's another thing. Like, it's the packaging is dented. The actual product they're selling is the Blu-ray or the 4K disc. So in a way, it's like, well, they can almost look at you and say, well, that's the packaging, even though the packaging is premium in this example. Exactly.
Bendable steel.
Yeah, steelbook. Yeah, more like plastic that resembles steel because it shines a little bit. But anyway, I think I've rambled or whatever long enough.
I had to get it off my chest. I was not happy with Best Buy this morning. I'm still not happy with them.
No. Anyway, that's all we've got for you this time. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about Lego, or do you have same trouble as we do trying to find any kind of collectibles or just anything in the wild these days?
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, too. Tell us what you think about that.
Are you going to buy the master edition?
The one that comes with Starkiller?
His lightsaber,
your own clone of Starkiller? But anyway, leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.